The daily earnings report allows users to retrieve data on rebate earnings for a selected trading partner with respect to a specified time period, such as daily, monthly, or annually, as well as per program line. To generate a daily earnings report, click on Daily Earnings located under the Reports tab in your trading program's homepage. Here, you'll be instructed to configure your report. I will now walk you through an example configuration. The mandatory fields in daily earnings are the supplier, the frequency, which is the time period for which you wish to analyze your earnings with respect to, and the program line results type. Users can run this report by actual, accrual, or actual forecast earnings. Actual earnings are the earnings calculated based on the transactions data that's been uploaded into your trading program's channel. Accrual earnings are the earnings calculated by applying the current transactions to the accrual rate. Using this setting, we'll use the accrual band that was configured within the given program line. Actual forecast earnings are the earnings calculated by applying the current transactions to the forecast rate. The other filters and settings work the same way as they did in our program earnings demonstration. For this example, I will select actual program earnings under the program line results, so I'm only viewing actual earnings and not forecasts. We must then select the relevant suppliers whose earnings we wish to view, or we can simply select all to view earnings across all our suppliers simultaneously. We'll use Able Tabs as an example. We now have the ability to generate a preview of a daily earnings report, but for this example, I want to demonstrate how users can further customize their reports to extract specific information. You can filter by transaction dates to limit the scope of your search by a time period you wish to analyze your earnings by. You can also filter by program line type. For instance, if you wanted to see how your incentive programs are earning rebate, you can configure that search criteria here. You also have the ability to filter by currency if you have trading programs with trading partners using different currencies. Next, we have the By Program Line optional field within daily earnings reports. If selected, this would display each of our specified program lines individually for each time period, rather than reporting on their combined earnings for each time period. I'll elaborate on this in a moment. The Frequency tab allows you to configure which frequency you would like to view your earnings data against. You have the option to view earnings data annually, quarterly, monthly, weekly, or daily. Selecting None will generate a report containing all of your qualifying transaction lines, and will not aggregate them into a specific time frame. This is the most granular report you can generate. For this demonstration, we'll select 3 program lines to view earnings data against with a quarterly frequency. With this configuration, if we chose to enable the By Program Line setting, we would generate a report of each of the selected program lines for each quarter, giving a total of 12 transaction lines. If the By Program Line setting was disabled, we would generate a report consisting of 4 transaction lines that contain the combined earnings data from each of the selected program lines we specified in our search criteria. The dimension filters can be used to limit the scope of a report to only include earnings which are generated by certain dimensions. If you want to see how particular branches and products are earning rebate, for example, you can filter them here. Do this by selecting dimensions individually or by selecting their attributes. For example, if I want to see how a specific product category is performing in our trading program, I would add a filter, select Products, and from the Attributes filter, I would select one of the product categories. View By allows users to adjust the granularity in the report based on dimension. Using a View By filter lets me separate earnings by branch, product, or turnover type. Note that these are dimensions which have been configured for this channel. Depending on how your trading program's channel has been configured, you may have different View By options. After selecting at least one supplier, a frequency, and a program line results type, we are able to preview the daily earnings report. The first 20 lines are generated in a preview, and if you wish to modify the report, you are able to change the criteria and generate another preview before downloading a copy as a CSV file. All daily earnings reports contain trading partner information, which is in this case a supplier, details about the program line and the trading program it belongs to, and the results of the program line rebate earnings. Because we have not specified a specific product category dimension filter, the units being reported are the total units transacted against our specified supplier per quarter. Because we did not select the By Program Line field, all of the data being reported here is a total of all 3 program lines we've specified in our search criteria. If we had not specified any program lines in our search criteria, we would have retrieved a total of all the data from the program lines associated with Able Tabs for each quarter. Effective rate is the overall rate you earn comparing your rebate earnings to your turnover value. These earnings being reported here are the actual earnings from the 3 program lines we limited our search to, as per our report configuration settings. Finally, the green circles in the status column let us know that there are no outstanding rebate calculations for these rebate earnings. This essentially tells us that the report is complete. Note that if we had selected the by program line option in the report configuration, we would see a report consisting of how each program line we've selected in our search criteria has contributed to the total.